Hello, thank you for taking time to listen to my speech. My name is Kaylana Phelps, and I'm currently a junior pursuing my bachelor's in psychology at EKU, with a concentration in child and family studies and a minor in sociology. Today I'll be talking about gender representation in children's literature and the research on children's literature and how it aims to aid early childhood educators in becoming more aware of gender stereotyping in children's books. Gender representation is the display of characteristics that are associated with a certain gender. Additionally, it can be defined as the use of heteronormative, sexist terminology and promotes and utilizes old stereotypes involving traditional sex roles. The use of these methods exposes younger adolescents and children to the effects of these sex role stereotypes and can, in turn, affect the self-image and aspirations of the developing child. Katrina Phillip wrote an article titled Gender Representation in Children's Literature, a Case of Early Childhood Setting. This article contains a content analysis which explores 15 children's books, reflective journal writing, and a dialogue from a conference held at an early childhood center in Dublin, Ireland. This study's purpose is to identify and analyze key patterns of gender representation in children's literature. The content analysis of these resources revealed distinct gender patterns that include underrepresentation of female characters and instances of gender stereotyping. Some methods that should be utilized in order to become more aware of gender stereotyping can be like enhancing observation and implementing reflective practice. By doing this, the teachers are creating a more inclusive learning environment. Dr. Mathew and his colleagues wrote an article titled Reflective Practices, a Means to Teachers' Development. In this study, the researchers conducted a qualitative research to see the effectiveness of reflective practices in the development of teachers. The study examines how the teacher can create opportunities for the students to develop their reflective practices as well during the teacher's teaching sessions. The paper attempts to establish that reflective practice is a tool for teachers to explore themselves and thereby leading to their professional development. The results indicated that through reflective practices, teachers can develop knowledge, understanding of the environment, the ability to identify and react to the problems of the children, and in turn they can become a more effective teacher. Teachers can deal with the needs and different issues of the learners. They need to reflect on their daily teaching learning activities for their own professional growth. Additionally, to deal and survive in the professional field, the teachers need to grow and bring changes in their behavior and style. Implementing these changes would not only benefit the child, but anyone that child may encounter throughout their lifetime, because the development of gender role identity is important to children's self-perception and influences adults and peers' treatment of the children and how in turn they will treat others. To bring this concept more alive, here's a real-world scenario of the implications of not fixing the underrepresentation of gender in children's literature. If a child is raised in a non-diverse or culturally restrictive household, then the likelihood of them being exposed or educated on different gender identities is extremely low. But the likelihood of them encountering individuals who do not fit with that child's idea of traditional sex roles is extremely high. This can cause conflict, confusion, and can be traumatic for everyone involved. But if that child had been exposed to these different identities through a common source of information like their books or literature, then they could have responded in a more appropriate manner. Additionally, once this is learned, then they can carry this trait and ideology throughout their lifetime and teach it to others. Children's literature can help combat heteronormative discourse by instilling at a young age the inherent value of all people. If you have any questions regarding the study that was discussed, or if you want to browse children's literature that displays varying aspects of gender fluidity, I will attach both a full reference for the empirical study and a link to the website for children's literature. Thank you for listening and have a great day.